Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to our lesson 3, where last time we stopped defining what's ism, fi'l, harf, and what are their signs. Today we are further dividing ism into two sections. That is, one is Murab, another one is Mabni. We'll start with Murab. What's Murab? Basically, it's all the ism that are assembled with a word apart from it, okay, and it is not resembling mabni al asad. All the ism that's assembled, yeah, with another word apart from that particular ism, and it does not resemble mabni al asad. I'll give you an example so you might understand it. For example, you have the word Qama Zaidun. Zaid stood. Okay. Now, how do I say is mu'rab? Basically, I'm talking about the noun. All the noun that gets assembled with the words apart from it and does not resemble mabniun asl. So here we are talking about Zaid because we find it as a ism. It's a noun. It's getting assembled with the word apart from it. That's qama, and it does not resemble mabniun asl. That's mu'rab. Mu'rab cannot be the word on by its own. Let's say, for example, I'm talking about the word Umar. Umar. It cannot resemble on its own. To make it mu'rab, it should be attached or assembled with some other word. And it should not resemble mabni al-asl. What's mabni al-asl? Mabni al-asl are some of the words, yeah, whose last diacritical points never changes. It stays like forever. It stays same. Even if it gets assembled to any other word, it still remains the same. Like asma'ul dhuruf, the places or the time. When you mention time and places, these are such words that last diacritical point never changes, even though it attaches or assembles with any other words. It never changes. It stays the same. And also it can comes on its own. For example, word yawm. Yawm stays yawma. The fatha always stays the same. Yeah. Then you can say al-ana. Then na stays the same. These are some words that are mabni. So we're talking about mu'rab now, where the definition of it. For now, it's good to understand just the definition. When we go it's in deep explanation, it will be easy for you to understand further. So the explanation of mu'rab is all the nouns that assembles with other words and it does not resembles mabni al-asl. When I say it does not resembles mabni al-asl, it means if you have any kind of doubt that it might resemble mabni, still it's not mu'rab. For example, if I say qama ha'ula'i, all of those people stood. When I say ha'ula'i, the state of ha'ula'i stays the same throughout everything. Although ha'ula'i comes in ism, the state remains the same, even though it's attached to any other word. That's why it has some shubahat, or we can say some resemblance to mabni. That's why this is not considered as mu'rab, because it has resemblance to mabni. So it should not be mabni al asl, and it should not have even the resemblance to mabni al asl. So these are three main things. Number one, it should be attached to other word. Number two, it should not be mabni al asl, and number three, it should not have even resemblance. So I'll just make some points so it will be easy. So number one, it should be assembled
Okay.
the word under Mabni. Number two, should not be Mabni. Number So we have three things which in order to make it Mu'arab. So we have three things in order to call it as a Mu'arab. That ism or that noun to calling as a Mu'arab. Number one, it should assemble with the word other than it. Right? Number two, it should not be mabni. It should be a non-mabni thing. It should be non-mabni. Number three, it should not even resemble mabni. So there should not be any doubt that it might be a mabni. So if you meet these three requirements, that word is called Mu'arab. So this is one of the important things to start with, Mu'arab, because now the lessons are getting intense. This is our part 1 of this chapter. Inshallah, I'll be uploading part 2 where we speak about I'rab, and that's where the intensity of the Nahw begins. Stay tuned with us and please follow with us to the next video where we'll be explaining about I'rab. جزاك الله خير. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.